Okay, and welcome back to another session to Thinking and Destiny. And we have been going a very great way, knowing our mental destiny, and we are learning thought power, how well we can establish our thoughts, how well we can deliver our thoughts to the universe, and it can come back and realize. So before we go further into our main subject, let us connect to the consciousness of Siva and let his wisdom flow through every one of us. Please sit in a meditative posture, cross your legs and clasp your hands and close your eyes. Please remove your eyewear, we doesn't need it now. Please observe your soft, natural, tranquil breath. Observe how you are taking vital energy into each and every part of your body. Breathe all the positive energy, positive thoughts into your body. Breathe out all your negative emotions, negative thoughts, guilt on yourself or people around you. The moment has passed. Let us not live there. Just breathe out. Breathe in vital energy. And let every thought be a positive and miraculous thought. Let everything go inside. Let us not keep any negative emotions. Breathe out all your low vibrational emotions. Let's vibrate at higher planes, higher frequencies. Let us not bring ourselves into the lower energy planes. Slowly rub your hands and keep it in your eyes for 5 seconds. Open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Before we go further in today's class, let's recap what we have learned in the last sessions. What do you, Balagaru?
Okay. So last week, we covered, Prasanna covered section 13 and 14. So I'll give the summary. So here, nature creation was made by breath, thought, and the speech of the humans in it. That is how the nature's creation was made. When the doer is in perfect state, their thoughts breathed came into the physical existence with the light of intelligence, uniting with the desire. That is how, and it in the perfect state. Only with the thoughts become, united with the desires and came into existence. All physical nature came through power of words. Today, men make the world just like that, just like them, but make all things in ignorance, without their knowledge. They do not know what they are doing and what they're thinking. They do not know the power of their thoughts. Thought is an audible sound in life world and gives life to the matter it affects. So in the life world, we cannot hear the thought here on physical world, but it has a sound in life world. This thought as a sound descends from the life world to form world, and then from there to physical world and exteriorized as a matter. Sap in the plants, fluid in the animal body, formed because of the thought. The way atoms combine to form the matter in chemistry, similarly, matter of the form world combines with the matter of the life world to give certain characteristics to the life matter. The life matter receives these characteristics from the thoughts. Humans think always in terms of two, or pairs of opposites. A man thinks as he, a woman always thinks as she only. Every time human beings attempt to think as one, they become confused. He always thinks of how he feels, and also he decides about things which are sensual thinking. That is how the man always thinks. Two orders of intelligences, the thinkers and the desirers, direct the law of operation, of thought through their triune selves. Thinkers observe and aware of the disturbances of the matter in the life world. Desirers with their intelligence work with their triune selves in the physical world. Human body is an exteriorization of a mental atmosphere, and it is the source of the mineral, plant, and animal kingdom. That all we know. We all know. The human forms are filled out with energy and energized by desires, and are given instinct by light of intelligence, and also guides the nature commonly called God. That is how we think, that the same nature God, he gives us the instinct, and also it guides the nature of, The present fourth civilization is an age of thought. The great cycle began in East, which is China, India, and Egypt, ended in West, which is America and Canada, The world is entering a period in which thinking thoughts will be recognized. Thinking and thoughts will be recognized. So we are in he's saying we are in an age where our thinking and thoughts will be recognized. Gradually, religions will become more mental and reasonable as doers become more concerned with their thought. Independent thinkers pave the new road with their thoughts and into the words. So because of their independent thinkers, they pave with their thoughts and the words. With the new era, new schools of thought like modern mysticism, nature worship, spiritism, Christian Science, Eastern movement, hypnotism, self-suggestion, pranayama, and theosophy began. So that's the summary. Now we'll go into mysticism and spiritism.
Okay. Shall we start again? Okay. Yeah. It's a good recap that what we learned. And as Balagar mentioned, so we will be seeing what is that mysticism, naturalism, and spiritism, all those things, right? So one after the other. So first, if we take mysticism, the first thing is mysticism. What is this mysticism? It is the old concept. It is not that a new one. It was old concept which is there in the religion. So you said all the Buddhists, Sufis, Christian mystics are all there. So these mystics follow this. Like these mystics are not the followers of any religion. They are there in all the religions, but they are not followers of any religion. What they will say is they need to learn the truth. How the man comes, what is the God, the truth. They call it as a truth, and they wanted to understand, to seek what they call the truth or a God by subduing the body, overcoming their passions, and engaging in the life in a mystical meditation. So they engage themselves in the mystical meditations, and they will try to understand but they don't want to have any priestly interventions, right? So what do you mean by priestly interventions is, okay, for Hindus usually, so if you want to go to the temple. So temple, there is a mediator between you and the God, that is the priest, right? If you go to a church, there is a pastor between you and a God. So here they do not want these kind of priestly intermediaries. They seek a direct connection, a direct personal connection with the God. So they wanted to have the direct connections with the God. That is what is the mysticism. They usually holds the carnal body, right? So they feel this carnal body to be the hindrance to their seeing the God, and so seek to quit it. So they do not want this body because the body is there. We may be having all the other things, right? So they try to rise their interior processes, whatever the processes in their interior processes, and they rise their interior process unto the ecstasy. So they do not care about this kind of body. They feel that they are with the God. So that is the God. So which means that they do not want any of these external pleasures or anything. So they will get, with all these things, they will get a beautiful visions and enjoy the rarest delights that they got it in their visions. So they arrive at this state, what they call it as a meditation. So for this particular state, they call it as a meditation. So they will suppressing their thinking, suppressing their thinking, or suppressing their all the thoughts, because here, if we start thinking about the external things. Okay, so they want to suppress all this thinking, and they wanted to suppress this doer portion, and they wanted to go for this knower portion. That means I-ness, obscure that identity, I-ness, the knower, ecstasy, that is the ecstasy, whatever it is, a feeling. They call being of the presence of the God. They call that as a being of presence, or union with the God, or absorption with the God. So this is the things that they feel it. The mystics will feel this way. So they wanted to have this union of the God over. So they feel like they feel that this is the highest spiritual state that can be attained. Whatever the thing that you are mingling with the God, you are one with the God, union with the God is the highest spiritual state. The kind of meditation is this is a kind of meditation only psychic but not noetic. What he's saying is they are mistaken. This is not the thing. If you do that meditation and if you are going, it is not that the highest state of spirituality, but it is a kind of a psychic meditation, but not the noetic state. It is not. If you do this with the feeling, you are feeling that you wanted to go with that, and you wanted to do not concern with the senses, such visions and hearing, celestial music, all the things, right? You are again using your senses in order to get all those things. Their periods of ecstasy is followed by under the depression. So these periods are ecstasy are followed by under depression. So later when they do, it may be lead to the depression. When they have seen God or had revelation from him, they say that such a calm union does not give them knowledge. It produces them only a feeling. If they try to express something of their experiences, their language is obscure, often rugged. So they appeal to be feeling, but their words are neither clear nor ordered and do not stand the test for reason. So what they are saying is, here in the mysticism, they are actually that kind of feeling, right? Oh, I got a beautiful visions. I got a mystic music that I heard. So all this thing is the one they are saying that it is the highest state where they are with the God. But what he is saying is that is not the ultimate state. It is only the feeling that they have got in their psychic state. Go ahead.
Yeah. He's saying this state is experiencing, not learning or knowing. It is only exalted feeling of super physical. That's what it is. Yeah.
So it is not even any of the mystics, any of the meditation masters, if you take it, right? Many say that it is not, meditation is required for sure. But the thing is, meditation, feeling ecstasy within yourself is not just the sufficient. It is just the feeling that you are getting. But serving or emptying your mind. Suppose when they are feeling that, what are that they are using it? Can you tell me what they are using it?
only for spiritual benefit. He says it is not useful for the physical world, whatever these mystics are doing. See,
Yeah. Again, what is that they are doing is, right? It is only, again, they are feeling with the senses, right?
Yes.
Again, they are feeling with the senses, but meditation,
though they're controlling their thoughts, suppressing their thoughts, still they're using their senses to have the visions and using their senses to listen the music or smelling nice aroma.
Yes.
So
one who is conscious of the God. So they are conscious of God. Because here actually spirituality means what? You should not have any desire. If you are really want to go desires, right? But here these mysticism, they have a desire to go one with the God. So as per these people, the God is somewhere. God is somewhere. And with the mystical meditations, they are going and mingling themselves with the God. Okay. But actually, in a reality, in the doer, we have a thinker, we have a knower. Okay. Which means the God is there within us. If you think the knower is the God, if you wanted to become a knower, the knower itself is the God. So, thinker and knower of the, so God, to say that thinker and knower of the triune self are the light of intelligence, is not an ecstasy, but a conscious serenity of a feeling. So you are not going, your conscious serenity, some feeling you are going inside your thing, you are not getting any of the knowledge. So there you are not getting any of Atmagnana or whatever that you are saying, right? Self-knowledge or the knowing knowledge you are not getting. You are getting some ecstasy feeling. All of us are, I am sure, whoever is there here, all of us are experiencing that feeling, but that feeling is not the ultimate reaching the God. Suppose when you are sit in a Paurnami meditation or sit in a continuous group meditation, you feel a great ecstasy. All of us, one time or the other, you will be getting it. But that moment is, you may be feeling it's a very great feeling, but that itself is not the whole meditation, and that itself is not going to give. As Padri sir says, right, meditation is not about 1 hour sitting silently and getting all the visions or whatever it is. How your life changes in the remaining 23 hours. When you sit in a 1 hour meditation, how you change it yourself in the remaining 23 hours. When you will be changing your remaining 23 hours, when you actually know who you are, when you actually having who is that Atma or Paramatma within you, or who is that thinker and knower within you, when you really know that you have that same potential, then you will have a clear understanding, clear knowledge, you have an ordered knowledge. But these people, when they go, they are saying that they will not have any ordered knowledge or ordered language that they can speak about it. They may be having, feeling themselves that spiritually great, but they are not able to give you any of kind of knowledge. So this is a different kind of thought, the different kind of school of thought, and morally it may be superior. We are not saying that that is inferior or anything. It is superior. It what thinking true mystic do is they try to honest and not deceive themselves. Though they are in the world, they try to be not of it. Though they are in the world, they try to be not that. They are not attaching with the world. Many of them are connected, but here again, many of them are connected with the churches and religion foundations. So once you are once you are with the foundation, right? So they lead a different retired life, and few are active in the world. Indeed, the world has not much use of this mystic discipline or mystic meditation without any physical benefits. So when you say that, okay, sit for the God, oh, you need to go and become one with the God. So you need to leave all the things. Even though you are in the world, you cannot be with the world. You have to be on your own. So how many of us, let us take, how many of us will go and follow that? We feel that, okay, it's not for us at this moment. So that is completely going away from your life. That is the thing, right? So that's why Buddha or Patris or whatever the given is a middle path. So do all of whatever your responsibilities, but in a awareness pattern, but in the awareness that you are not the body, you are the Atma. You are the Atma within you and within everyone around you is also the same, and you see the God within everyone. That is the word that actually it is useful. But if you become that, I wanted to become a spiritually high level, and I wanted to just sit yourself, and if you are not getting any proper Atma Gnana or anything, you may be Eskasi, you may go to the Eskasi, but that may not be useful for the other world, because nobody will follow that. The world wants results, right? So if you sit in the meditation, people, what do I will get it? So world want results. And by this mean quick material advantages. Results means here quick material advantages. That is how the praise and all, okay, do this, you'll get that. Do this, you'll get that. So this is the material world. A true mystic does not care for this. If we are true mystics, he does need only the spiritual results. He doesn't need any of these things. Who comes from the holy of the life of the mystics, they will not. So if the religious mystics are withdrawn from the churches, they would be lose their power. So if these mystics are with the churches or with the temples or anything, so if they are not associated with them, they will lose their power. So if you are actually not a true mystic, if you wanted to have a power, then you will be with something or the other. A series of experiences with their previous thoughts had made necessary, and they received the training, which may be the value to their respects. Their thinking is concerned with the feeling and explains their feelings, not for the sake of learning, but for the purpose of exalting feelings. So their things are all connected with the feelings. They are the people who calls themselves as a nature mystic. There are some other people. Before we go for the nature mystics, I'll just stop because Balagar also have something to share here. Balagar, you can share.
Main thing here, Percival, point is, mystics do not think, they do not know, only they feel. So what his point is, they only experience the feeling, that they don't know exactly the knowledge. That's what he's saying. They're only going through a series of experiences of feeling, but not for the sake of learning. That's what his point is here. But this is only for the spiritual people who are mostly into like sensual, using their senses to have that exalted state. That's what. And also here he says, they also cannot express what they experience in a right language to others. That's what he's saying. And then he says, Percival says, mystics do not think, they do not know, only they feel. I mean, this I covered. Okay, here. See, here he says, one who is really conscious of God, who is the thinker and knower of the triune self, or of light of intelligence, is not in ecstasy, but has consciousness and serenity of feeling. So he always has that conscious feeling of who he is. And also he is conscious of having an insight and knowledge distinct from phenomena. So he says he always has both that knowledge and also, along with the feeling, he says that. And that person, he can express in clear and definite language, which he was conscious of. He says only that person, he can express clearly when somebody asks, what is the conscious, but some people, they experience, but they cannot explain to others what it is. That's what he's saying, because they lack that knowledge. That's what I have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So they do not know that it's only mystics have the mysterious feelings, great feelings when they are sitting in the meditation. Even now, even for all of us, why Patrisa told just do the meditation and get away. He didn't tell that, right? He tell you need to understand the books, you need to read the books. Svadhyaya is more important, and you need to share your experiences with others. So Sajjana Sangatya is equally important. He didn't say only the meditation, because only the meditation, you may get that mystic feeling. All of us, definitely when you come to the meditation, you will get I got this vision, I got that vision. But slowly, if you observe, as you are proceeding in your life, the meditation continues, you will not get so many visions. It will be very rare. Very rare. That's what my personal experience. So initially, because everybody is saying something, we also need to get. But if you remember my first few classes, if your vision is active, like means there are all the five senses, some people will have vision active, some people will have hearing active, So each one will have their own visions active in some day, right? So depends on what you're active, those people only will get those visions. Not everyone will get the visions. So because you didn't get the vision, it doesn't mean that you are something low or it's not something that you are not doing right or anything. Here, these people are just the feeling, the mystic feeling that they are feeling, but they do not have the gnana part.
Yes.
When they do not have the gnana part, they see that, okay, we are the mystics. We have some power. We attained something. You are not doing it. But even whoever it is, the same, when you have the knowledge, whether the other person is doing meditation or not, whether the other person is getting a experience or not, you see that Atma in you as well as them. You see the God within them as well. That is the knowledge that we all want to have it. That is the one which is missed with the mysticism.
Yes.
That's what you are saying. That is the whole point of mysticism. The next point is about nature mystics. Nature lovers, right? So they feel that they say that they are the worshippers of the nature lovers. They feel that all this is materialism, all this is crap. Let's go back to the nature and live there. Okay, they are totally different from the religious mystics. Whatever that we talk about is religious mystics. So they also go to the religious mystics associated with the churches, associated with the temples, because they have that power that, oh, we may lose that power kind of thing also. Okay, those are the religious mystics, and here the natural mystics are that. So they feel that the distinction is that mystics live in the senses, right? Mystics live in the senses. They are the psychic part of their triune self and suppress their carnal body. They are trying to suppress all the needs of this carnal body. Okay, and whereas the natural mystics reveals that the physical body, by means of these four senses, some go back to the nature and live like animals do it, because animals are also living there and they are able to get all the things. Let me live also there. So others are not too extreme. Some of the people are not too extreme. They simply live a simple life. There is a one lifestyle, right? Minimalism. Minimalism is a one lifestyle. Live with the minimum things.
Yes.
So that I have seen in one of the ashram, that when I went there in Andhra.
Only roti kapda.
Huh?
Only roti kapda makan. Basic necessities.
No, basic necessities. I saw that they have only 4. Even I saw that Americans, everybody is there in that ashram. So they have only 4 dresses. Any day they'll have only the 4 pairs of dresses. So they need to wash at the end of the 3rd day or the 4th day in order to get the new one. They'll have minimum things to cook. Minimum things to cook, because if there is anything happened, or if they cannot go to that whatever that dining hall is there, they'll just cook something and eat it. They will not have any refrigerators, nothing doing. Okay, they'll have couple of bed sheets where when one is in the wash, they can use the other one. That's all. I went to their actually, because I went with some guru, I am able to go and access their rooms. So I saw them what is their lifestyle and all, right? So some people are living like wearing the same kind of saris or anything, who has taken some kind of, brahmacharya or anything. But some people, they are not taking any brahmacharya, but they take any kind of clothes, but only 4 pairs. So these are the people. Some people go to the woods and just they live like that. And some people live very simple life. Very, very simple life. So these people worship the nature gods. Actually, the gods are only the nature gods. All other gods that we had is the things that we have imagined, things that we believed it. Rama, Krishna, whoever is there, right? So we are believing that they are there in some time, and they are the gods. That is all it is going on. Yeah, if Hinduism, if I say that, they say that, oh, it's what nonsense you're talking. But everything, the religion is going with the belief system. Yes. Whether you agree or not, religion is going with the belief system. So when Krishna, if he is the Paramatma and he is only the God, then what about the other religions? They have the God too, right? So everyone is the God. So ultimately, the Krishna says, and anybody says, everyone we have that God. So these people say nature is a God. Obviously, we have to agree. The sun, moon, all these things are the gods, right? So with many of these doctrines, so they will go immortality. This is the immortality. There is a little thinking that a great deal of feeling and desiring, and their thinking is an effort to exalt the sex and the four senses. So these people exalt the sex organs and the four senses so that they can go and live. So that is their nature. That's a nature mystics. The third one is the spiritism. By name itself, spiritism. Okay, spiritualism is different. Maybe it's called the spiritualism is a different, but here it is known by the every ancient people, right? Spiritism, spirituality, everybody is talking about it. It is the, what it is the, in the ancient Hindus and other Asiatic races, many tribes of American Indians, they have the media through which they can talk to spirits. If you say, right?
But here it says ancient Hindus condemned this.
Ancient Hindus?
They condemned spiritism. They did not like this talking to.
Yeah, they did not like spiritism. I'm saying spiritism is they can go and talk to the spirits, yeah, which is not actually the natural way of doing it, right? The spirits, yes, are, even though you know that you are not the body, you are going. So when you go, when you are going, you just go. Let the spirit go to the higher adopts, right? We do not want to pull them and do something. We do not want to pull them on something, right? So if you are that's why people say that, okay, there are some mourning periods when the death is happened. There are some mourning periods. You remember them, remind them, then leave them. When you leave them, people, okay, these people were used their normal life, and that spirit also goes to its path. If you are actually pulling it back by crying, remembering all the things, the spirit will not have the proper, spirit will not have its own, it cannot travel its own path. Okay. So through that, they get materializations, and sometimes they try to communicate with their departed. That is what it is. They, through that, they can try to communicate with the departed. Spiritism is one of the sense that opposite to the nature worship. It's opposite, right? Because nature worship means nature, whatever it is. But here spiritism is the one who died, and you are trying to contact them, and you are trying to get the things done, or you wanted to get something. Spiritism is a movement appeared in America in the 19th century when science was making headway with its materialistic theories of evolution. A particular lesson Spiritism teaches is death does not end at all. So that is sure. That is all we know. The Spiritism, how much we can believe is, yeah, death is not the end. The spirit continues. It continues to live. Okay, because of that only, when this Spiritism people, they are able to communicate with those souls that are departed and get something. So Spiritism gave you a proof that you are not your body. You are still exist. Whether you give a birth, you are there before. Whether you die, you are there after. That is what the Spiritism says. So you are there. That's what it is. And death does not end at all. That there is a survival of something after the death of the body. This fact was denied by some, but as a fact, it has overcome objections and contrary theories. Spiritism, by offering a social intercourse between the living and the dead, endured by itself many of those who are suffered from the loss of relatives and friends, and in many cases strengthened their faith in future life. Because when it comes to that, right, future life it goes. Because why in America 19th century all the thing is because here, even if you say in India, we must have heard these stories when we are as a kid itself, and even our grandparents might have told that the spirits we can talk all the things. But only thing is in India we do not have a habit of recording everything, preserving it. That we do not have. Even the culture, let us take it as a culture, let us take it as an architecture, take it as anything, the knowledge, right? We don't keep it reserved. So because we have it already. We have it, we take it granted. East has a lot of knowledge, basically. So we take it granted. But in today's world, we want everything as a proof, scientific proof. But US or America, what we are doing here is anything happened, they record it, fatafat. They record it, they preserve it. That is why here they give a proof that you have the knowledge. So there are some of the the books on souls and all, right? There are some really happened incidents, near-death experiences. These people have recorded all these talks. As soon as he went to the death and he saw something and come back, as soon as that whatever he's saying, they have recorded all these things. But what it is giving is, it is giving you an idea that there is a life after death. It is not the end of the life. There is a life after the death. So that was confirmed because of all these experiences. This is not withstanding its thought that it has been a great deal of harm. So what you say, oh, death is not a harmful thing. We need not worry. Okay. In one of the session, when I'm teaching a soul's journey, right? So one viewer asked the question, oh, if death is not if the thing is like, it's a joke, just for a sake of laughter. So she asked me like, okay, if death is not the end, and if I die, and if I can see the people over there, okay, I like Salman Khan. Can I see the Salman Khan? Can I be the girlfriend there in the next world? Okay, for the jokes, yeah, you can be the girlfriend, but like you, there may be so many girls who already had a thought and they are being the girlfriends, right? So like that means what I'm saying is like that we have the future. It's just a joke to do it, but the thing is you can meet the people, you can see the things. So when you feel that it is not the end of the story, it is not the thing, so you feel good about it, you feel happy about it, right? Okay. The harm comes from the opening the relations between the world of living and evil, or the earth-bounded creatures of the astral physical plane. This is where the problem comes, harm comes. If you try to make a world, okay, the death was gone, and okay, you try to pull that soul and try to get, okay, where did you keep this? Where did you keep this? So many questions you got to keep on asking, and you try to establish a relationships, then what will happen? Those communications will not let the soul go. Because you are building, you are having clinging kind of relationship you are establishing with that soul to the earthbound creatures, right? So they will become the earthbound creatures. They will not go to the other planes, which is not the good thing. Some of the communications received from the other side have been lucid and even of the benefit, but they are fewer, merger and compared with the masses of useless, vapid, unsensual trash are the Sanna's room. So no information of a substantial value as the nature of the triune self. What the light of intelligence or the purpose of the life on the earth has been given by so-called spirits of the dead. That is true. Nobody has told, because once you become a spirit, if you try to communicate with the spirit, no spirit has told, oh, look at you can find out what is your purpose of the life. You can go to the triune self. You can go there. We don't waste all this. No self, so-called spirits, whatever the spirits, because more than useful things, it is saying that it is all unnecessary things only that you will get all these communications. You are not reaching. The light is within you, right? If you try to ask some spirit, if you try to go and ask something to the other spirit, what they will tell, what that spirit will tell. The light of intelligence is within you. The knower is within you. So go to your knower instead of going to the spiritism. The evil results of the spiritism come in making the media an automation which possessed sometimes by the extraneous, low, degrading influences, a natural ghost, and desire of the ghosts and dead of beings, which is mixture of these two, is causing the idle, cautious in turn after the media for the materialization of the tests and lower the moral tone of the person assessed. Actually, as I told in the beginning, the spokes, all these people, right, they are ready to occupy your body. They are ready to occupy unsatisfied souls. All these things are ready to occupy your body. Okay. When they are ready to occupy your body, if you are strong enough that you are the thinker and you are the knower, you are not giving a chance to these spokes. There won't be any good spirits want to be cling with the earthbound souls, because when the spirit is very great and it wanted to advance itself, don't want to cling to the earth. It want to advance itself. It want to know something, and it may want to come back to experience some of the human experience. Okay, but the thing is here, who will come to your come as a spirit to you? Who can talk? The spirits which are not getting any of the help on the upper worlds, and they cannot progress, and they are in the Earthbound souls, those people only will you are able to communicate. When you are able to communicate with those spooks, what is that advantage that you are going to get it, right? You will not get anything. And also they are using these spooks or these ghosts or this spiritism, these people are using your body as a mediumship. When you are trying to communicate, they are using as a mediumship. It starts with the thoughts, first favorable spiritualistic practice, but such a thoughts confuse the mental atmosphere totally. And however well-intentioned one may be, the wish to become the media after leads the mediumship. So once you become a media, it becomes a mediumship. So this condition causes a grave injury to the breath form of the doer. So it is injuring your body because it is some spirit, some spoke is actually using your body as a mediumship. It will injure your body so as your physical body will get weakened. So your breath form is subject to the command of the nature of the other spoke. Other I can say spoke only because no a good spirit, no an advanced spirit will come like that. If advanced spirit want to come and tell you that no, all of us should get Patrisar and give our what is our life goal, what is that he must have told. Okay, as when I'm with the body, you are not able to hear. Now I am telling, they will not come. They have done their work. They will advance. They will advance and they will go to their work. Only the spirits which cannot go further, they will only come and talk to us. When the doer desires the intercourse with them, he is willingly make a breath form subject to them, and it itself submits to them. In doing this, surrenders to these astral things and position of its breath form, its astral and other physical bodies. So you are yourself are surrendering your body to this spirits, and so you are giving your body a chance. Astral plane people, you are giving a chance. This doer is seldom knows how to do it. The practice of mediumship often results in insanity. It won't give any of the good things. It is giving the insanity. So this was established the religions of ancestor worship that would become the worshippers of the dead men and dead men's desires. All these things are coming into the picture. A channel would then be opened by which remains the dead would be oozed into the out of the physical world. Their channel is oozing out the physical world. Through this channel would also come the designs of the form plane in imical and the human race, bearing the lethal influences from the least of the people over there. So these are all the negative things might happen. So this is all the spiritism. Balagaru, if you want to share something.
Yeah, I think you covered whatever, but basically, you have to be very careful when you want to invite the mediumship. Only when you are ready, when you are wishing with that thought only, they can enter, he's saying. See, normally our breath form and always protects us from not going, to enter into all these, low, medium astral beings, like so. But when we have the thought of becoming medium, then we are allowing and we are surrendering to it. And naturally, when that happens, even our body and senses also surrender to that, and breath form also, you cannot do anything. You cannot guard us. That's why he says we have to be very careful with these mediums, the spirits and dead souls who are not elevated. So they capture us, our body, and they use our body, especially people who are very low and obsessions of all this. They use, it seems, their bodies, and they need, by doing all this, eventually they get mentally sick. But later they can recover, but it takes a lot of time. Once to get out of their body, the spirits, and later it takes time to regain their original body consciousness and health. That's what he says.
Yeah. So here that is what actually the spiritism and mysticism and the natural mystics. Basically here whatever that we think it is we got some feelings or anything. They are not just they are just the feelings, and we just need to go beyond that, beyond the senses and all those things. And at the same time, we should not suppress. That is what we learn. At the same time, we should not suppress. So apart from it, what is the ultimately thing is the next coming classes we are going to learn is the thought power. If you are observing the mental destiny, it is all your thought power. Even now in the spiritism also, with your thought, you can communicate with your dead, with the dead. You can when you are thinking that you wanted to communicate, you strongly, you are able to communicate. You must. Did you heard the stories like okay, some person means I remember I heard when I was a kid, some person has died and you don't know where he kept some of the papers, you don't know where he kept some of the keys. So you are keep on thinking, whether to you or to somebody, that spirit will come and say where he kept it. Have you heard these kind of things?
Yes, I heard, and it happens too. Yeah,
it happens. We have heard those things. Forget about those things also. The recent experience, or not recent, maybe 6 months back or anything. So in the initial days of my meditation, people, because I was exposed to the different kinds of visualizations and all those things, right? Some of the people are saying, so if I lost some parts, I will meditate on it, I'll get it. Something like that, right? So at that time, maybe a couple of years back, at my home, I got a diamond set from my daughter for some function. And after the function is over, somehow I thought I kept the diamond set back into the locker. But when I go for the next time, I just got only the necklace and I didn't get the earring set along with it. Okay. So this is what, okay, because it's for fun, right? When you learn something. So, okay, let me meditate on this, what will happen. That's what the experimental is. So on that day, a couple of days when I did that meditation, so I need to know where did I kept it. I didn't search like too much. So what I got is one, that muslin cover. We all get it in the gift bags kind of thing, right? So the golden muslin cover, in that diamond earrings are there. That is what I got. This happened like 2 years back, actually. Okay. In that, the diamond earrings are there. That is all I get it. 2 times I got that vision. So I stopped searching for the diamond rings. I'm searching for the cover that I'm just seeing in the meditation, thinking that this would be the right way of thinking. I searched for about 1 year or so and then stopped it, because anyway, it's not happening. Let it go, kind of thing. 6 months back, so in between, I went so many places, so many things happened and all the things, right? 6 months or 3 months back, somehow I opened some other bangle box or anything. In that, I found that bag. When I opened it, to my utter surprise, the diamond rings, the earrings are there. So that means the thought power, right? Whenever you are saying, what it is actually showing is the thought power. When you are actually asking for something, you will be able to, your thought will travel and it is going to give it to you. Whether you are using all the time, so tomorrow if something else is not there, I never tried again, because I know that I don't want to waste that kind of things on the material things or anything. So I can as well search, who am I, right? In the meditation. Why to search for all these things? When it is there, it will come someday. But it's a kind of proof that thought goes. So when the thought can go to these material things, it can also reach the other spirits or thing. So this is what is coming thing, right? So the coming few sessions are teaching about how your thought is going to reach the various places. Similarly, how your thought can cause you the disease also. This I'll give you an example. In my friends only, one of my friends, she always had a feeling that she'll get a cancer. Always had a feeling. Okay, for some reason she's thinking, because when she was detected, finally she was detected with the cancer. One fine day she was detected with the cancer. Okay, that day she's saying, Prasanna, I always feel that I get a cancer. I always test. She had a breast cancer. I always test my breast. I always do that. So I asked, like, why do you think in the first place you will get a cancer? Because my mother was suffered. So what is your mother age? She's 80. She's 80. She's surviving. Some time back, she got it and she got treated and she's surviving well. But for that, why do we think like, oh, it's a genetic, I'll get it. So totally she put all her thought into that. And she got it in 40s. Totally, she got that. Then she started reading all these spiritual books because she stopped all the classes. She's a teacher, so she stopped all the classes and all. Then she started reading about it, and she started reading about the healing patients things and all. Then finally, what she concluded is it is only two things that happened. One is the food that she ate. One is the thoughts that she gave to brain. That's what she concluded in her 2 years of her journey. She said, only all the time I'm concentrating that I may get the cancer, but I never thought what would be the reasons for cancer. When I'm here in this country, I ate all kinds of junks instead of that. If I would have concentrated the right way of food, I would not have got it. Second thing, I would not have feed my mind that I will get a cancer. So this is also the cause of the disease also. So you can get that also. That I feel like whenever I read this kind of books, so she's the one who comes to my mind.
See, we need to feed our mind with the right thoughts.
With the right thoughts.
Feed our
minds with the right thoughts, with the right attitudes,
feed
with the
our
right things.
Right food.
Right food. So if you are not feeding our mind, then it will be because I have a few minutes. I'll take one more of my own example. My son was born premature baby. Okay, and he never talked, or he didn't talk much until the 4 years of age. Very minimal words. He talked like words only. So when I experienced that, obviously people here, they took him, they tested him, and they said, okay, he had this kind of 21% or 29% deviation with a normal kid. So he has to be kept in a special school, all the things, right? So whatever that they have to do it, they gave all the list. But some reason because I was not a meditator or anything, I was just a strong believer of Baba that time. So I was introduced to that's a mantra meditation, or you call it, right? So I will be focusing on that Baba and doing it. So that is only thing, that meditation that we know. We sit silently, listen to the Baba mantra. So that's how I know that meditation gives me the peace. So that time I took a decision, no, I'm not going to keep him in any of the special schools. Only thing that I gave is positive talk. Okay, you can do it. He had I noticed that he has a tremendous memory. He has a very great memory. He had it. Okay, so that means when you observe the keenly, that awareness, right? So I gave all the talkies. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. That's all I did it. I never say in front of him that, oh, you're not talking, I'm feeling sad or anything, right? I didn't join him any special school. I joined him in normal school. I sent him 1 year to the 1 year to India for getting some speech therapy or so, and I got back him and I joined him. I didn't take any of the accommodations. I never take any accommodations for him. I thought you can do it. Only problem is, yeah, he is a bit beyond the language side, but all other things he cope up. But the same kind of thing, right? At his age, same kind of my friends who faced the problem, they took accommodations, they took some of the things. But because he is almost in 11th, right? So my friends' kids who passing, it is becoming, because we are actually, they made them, you have some lack. You have some lack. So you can take some accommodations. You can do that. So they started making him. So now once they go to the kids go to the college, it's becoming hard for the parents. They can't do the college studies also them, right? It'll be very hard. Instead of that, if you feed them, you are normal kind of thing, right? So they will become normal. Now I didn't take any accommodations. Maybe even if he's a class a bit beyond, that's okay. Let him live with the normal life kind of thing. So that actually, because every difficulty that comes in our life, right, it teaches something. One is how resilient that you can come out. Second thing, how much you can help the other people. So yeah, many of you may not be knowing, I do counseling for those kind of people. Whoever those who did. Right now, I'm dealing, names are XY, but I'm dealing with a family in Dallas. So both mother and grandmother, they cry in front of the boy. Oh, this boy is not talking. This boy, how many times I'm telling, these people are not listening. So how can, If you are crying in front of the boy, how can you expect that the boy will? So that much thought power only. I didn't know all these things. Maybe if I know the thought power, mind power, all the things in the 10 years back or 12 years back that I'm dealing, I might have dealt in a very more effective way, but still I did my best, I can say. But if you know all these things, you can definitely do a better job in your life.
Yes.
You can definitely do a better job because you will not unnecessarily won't release the thoughts.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily won't curse the people. Your thought has a lot of, suppose let us say, your colleague is not behaving right with you.
Yeah.
One thing is you can curse what this guy is doing nonsense. I always say that I feel okay, he is suffering.
Yeah.
Let him get some peace. You don't know how to outlet his anger or his suppression or something. So he is outletting with the colleagues or with the people whom they are working. So God give him send positive vibrations.
Yeah.
Instead of cursing them, send positive vibration. In both the cases, you can't do much.
We project positive attitude even to others because it is a reflection.
It's a reflection, yes, because it's a reflection only. So you are projecting your attitude, right? So whether you are cursing or you are giving a positive attitude, you are not going to change the situation. He will curse or his behavior won't change at that moment. Only thing is your mental peace will change. And your thoughts that you are sending only will come back to you.
Yes.
Whatever you are spending around, they only will come back to you, right? So when they only will come back to you, I feel like, as I told you, I just visited one of the ashram here. So when I visited all the people's faces, I'm observing the people's faces, right? It was so calm, so silent, so calm. And because of the hotel I'm staying, people, I feel like somehow they all came for that purpose only because that is somewhere in the remote place. So I kept some interactions with them. So everybody has, you won't believe such a pathetic stories they have it.
Wow.
But the way that they maintain, the way they're projecting, you feel that they're such a serene people, very great people. If you start just to asking, you should try to interact, you won't believe how much blessed we are. Those are the people that they came there and they became there. So we need to, it is not that like a mysticism or a spiritism, it is not that we have to be in our own meditations, and we should also know how much that we are actually so blessed and how much we can help to the other people also. How much that we can do something, right? So that is also very, very important. The other day, somebody is asking, I always work with because I work for the cause of kids studying. That is my main purpose, basically.
Actually, maybe I contact you. Yesterday, I met somebody day before in the temple, Hanuman temple. Actually, I saw her. She has two daughters. The second one, who is I think 8-9 years old, she has autism. Older one is fine. She participated in Gita and she memorized everything. Mother, when that girl was getting a medal from the after finishing everything, at that function, the mother was sitting next to me and she was talking, And then yesterday, when I saw her, I could not even recognize her. Actually, a couple of days ago, she was next to me chanting the Gita. We were all chanting Gita. I could not, because she has put on so much weight. She gained so much weight. Then she asked me, are you Balagaru, I said, yes, Anjani, but I could not recognize you gained so much weight. Then she said, yes, we began during the COVID time, and she's not able to walk because she got arthritis because of this weight and all. I feel when immediately I came home, I talked to her, I took her number. I sent some couple of spiritual, how to heal your health, like Louis Hay, and then other autoimmune diseases book. Immediately I sent. I said, please read these books. And since then I wanted to somehow help her out, because when the mother, especially when she has a child, autistic child,
you yourself are not taking care of your health, how who will take care of that girl?
I told her,
autistic kid.
I said, Manjani, you need to take care of your body first, to take care of your kid. You know, you cannot do, like, you know, gain weight and depend on medicines like this. I was immediately came and then my inner voice keeps saying, they live close by somewhere, you know, not that far away. My inner voice keeps saying, I came to know that they are very distant relatives from my mother's side also. My inner voice keeps saying, somehow help her out. Help her out. So I know I didn't know. I just sat down, you know, like a couple of times.
No, the thought, and it's all the thought, right? If the not only this book, many places, and when I met those people also, how suddenly how happy they are, right, when they're coming. But when I hear their stories, he simply said, "Okay, you had all that bad life, but that is no more now. There's no more now. You want to live in that moment, or you want to live in this moment. Just take a choice." Simply he said, you have all that moment. Why are you remembering all the things? That's a past, gone.
Yes, Louise Hay is an example. She
herself, she herself has did this or something, right? So many Louise Hayes I saw there, I can say. That was really, it was great. So we all should know that thought power, how much it is. And we are coming classes is talking about that thought power. We will go ahead.
okay.
Any reflections, anybody?